You're watching Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I'm your host, Onrie Compan. It's great to be here with you guys this evening. Sorry I'm running a little late tonight. I was busy taking care of some dad things that need to be done. So, and the StreamYard app is working differently now. So aside from seeing my screen, which is what I'm usually used to, there's a vertical screen next to it. So I'm usually used to seeing it in landscape mode, and now there's like a vertical like thing that has popped up too. And at first it was mirroring my camera, so everything was kind of flipped around, and I had to go and figure that out too. So, but anyway, lots of stuff has been going on over the last few days, and I just wanted to take a moment and talk about it before we get going. Man, I don't even know where to start. But I guess it all started yesterday. I was online and I saw my dad had made a post, and we have a family friend who was actually the entertainer at my wedding. And I've known this guy my whole life. I've known him since I was a kid, and he's maybe about 5 years older than me, but he has had a very successful career as an entertainer at big parties, and he goes back and forth from Chicago to Florida to perform at weddings and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and all kinds of stuff. And he's a very passionate guy. He's a singer, and he's Russian, and he's just very bubbly and very much a part of the community. And he has a beautiful family. His wife actually. I purchased blinds from her. She installed blinds in my living room and in my bedrooms and everything. And they have a beautiful home, a beautiful family, 3 children. They have 2 daughters who are in their 20s, and they look gorgeous, and a young son and everything. And yesterday I found out that he had a heart attack in the beginning of April, and he was rushed over to the hospital. And all of a sudden, all these other problems started occurring as a result of this, and he ended up losing his leg, and he's now fighting for his life presently. It's a very unfortunate situation. He's still alive, but he's in critical condition right now in the ICU. And I can't say I was ever particularly close with this guy, but I've known him my whole life, and he's a very good-hearted person. He's got a heart of gold, and very funny guy, and I just, I feel bad for him that this is already what he's been through. He's losing a leg, losing a limb. It's pretty tough. So, he actually has a GoFundMe set up. His family has a GoFundMe set up. And just like anybody who's in the arts and entertainment world, these are people who are running their own businesses and really don't have the opportunity to, really, like have immediate access to health insurance and things like that. So if any of you guys are feeling inclined, here's just the GoFundMe page. I mean, if you could just share it out, that would mean a lot to me. It's a really sad situation. I really hope he recovers and that he can rejoin his family and continue doing what he loves. He's very passionate, just like I am, about comics and being here with you guys. So that's been kind of weighing on me. And yesterday we also lost Jerry Conway, who wrote a lot of important runs in comics. And you guys have definitely seen a lot of Jerry Conway's work on Kickin' It. Jerry wrote a very definitive run of Spider-Man. He's the creator of The Punisher and Killer Croc and so many other wonderful things. He did the death of Gwen Stacy, and he picked up from where Stan Lee left off on Spider-Man at the age of 20. I mean, he was just doing all these wild things in comics at such a young age. And Jim Salicrup had the pleasure of working with Jerry for a long time, and he always had nothing but great things to say about him. And so did Dak. They both edited him for a very long time, so they had a very close relationship. Jerry had been sick for a number of years. I found this out through another retailer. You guys might know him, Timmy Heek from from Arsenal Comics, Timmy had a very close relationship with Jerry, and I remember him telling me back in 2023 that his health was already declining. So, it wasn't really much of a shock to me that Jerry passed away. He had already been very ill for a long time. But then the news came today that Len Strazewski passed away. And Len, honestly, I would not be where I am right now if it was not for Len Strazewski. I say that very humbly and very truthfully. When I graduated from Columbia College, Chicago, there wasn't really any sort of like comic job waiting for me. There was really nothing. It's like they give you your diploma for finishing your classes and completing everything. You get your degree and everything, but there's no job waiting for you out there. And I learned very early on that I had to basically build my own path. And a lot of people in the department that I graduated from didn't even bother pursuing careers in writing. For them, going to Columbia and being able to be a part of that environment was enough for them. It wasn't enough for me. And when I left Columbia, I was sort of like a wanderer. I didn't really have anybody I was a Ronin. I didn't have anybody to learn from. And I spoke with a friend of mine who I went to middle school with. She actually graduated from the same school in their journalism department. And that's where Len Strazewski was working at the time. And she had told me that Len had a background in comics. And so she put us in touch with each other. And there is that saying, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And thus, Len Strazewski came into my life. He was very open to basically guiding me and helping me find my path in comics. And he spent many afternoons with me, sitting down and talking about my work, looking over scripts that I'd written, and giving me some really great direction. And Len, for those of you guys who don't know, you have definitely seen his work on here. He created Jesse Quick for DC. He wrote a very memorable run of JSA, and he also created Prime, which is a Malibu character. You know, that guy who is all like beefed up from the Malibu universe. He has a red cape. Kind of looks like Spider-Man, but he's kind of like Captain Marvel, but like a much darker version of him. Next time I come across it, I'll show it to you guys. That was all Len. And Len's comics career was not the best, but he enjoyed every minute of it. And it wasn't very long either. He stayed mostly in journalism. But when I came into the picture, he was very happy to help me out in my initial phases of trying to figure out what I was doing with everything. Len also was not in the best shape health-wise. I'm actually surprised he was able to last as long as he did, in all honesty. He was 71 when he passed away, but he was always struggling with health issues. And I guess the biggest regret I have with Len was the last time I saw him was 10 years ago. And it's not that we lost touch for any particular reason. Life is just what it is. You know, I was busy doing this, and so I didn't have a chance to, show him all the things that we'd been working on. I didn't have a chance to catch up with him and just say thank you one more time to him. And I think that's the biggest regret I have, is that I didn't have a chance to, say thank you and say goodbye. And so I'm really upset about that. But that's about me. As far as Len himself goes, he lived an incredible life, and he got to do everything he loved to do in both comics and journalism and everything. And he was a wonderful teacher and a wonderful human being. He had a heart of gold, and he will be dearly missed. He was a wonderful man. And in honor of him, we're going to dedicate tonight to being a show that is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to show off a lot of comics. We're going to be in a good mood here. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to ram that Kickstarter down your fucking throats. You're going to fucking bash my Kickstarter campaign if you haven't done it already. Shit ass. And that's the best thing about being on my own channel. I can go from being like all mature and everything than just fucking jumping off the deep end, and no one can fucking cancel me now. Fuck you. You can't fucking cancel me. I'd be like, and like nothing can happen. You see how we just like fucking, we're driving down, it was all steady and everything, and then I just turned the wheel and we just like went off a cliff. Fuck all that shit. In my ass. All right. You guys all like that shit? Bam! All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to drop the link for the Easton Chin Kickstarter campaign right now. And if you haven't backed it yet, please consider doing so, because we only have 7 days left before this campaign is done. But we now have 90 backers. I'm really happy about that. And yeah, if you haven't jumped on it yet, please do. This is the opportunity. And again, if you guys get those first 2 issues of Easton Chin, Len Strzelecki is as a consulting editor on that. There is a scene I will tell you guys about that Len actually brought about. We were sitting in this restaurant in Niles. It's called Omega. And Omega is a Greek diner place that is open 24/7, and it's located right in the suburbs. It's been around forever. It's been around since before I was born even. So I've eaten at this place since I was 5. And Len and I took Len there. We went to Wizard World Chicago, and I saw him there because I believe he was a guest or he was at a panel or something. So I went there to meet with him. And then afterwards, we went to Omega. I took him out for dinner, and we're sitting there, and he was telling me about how he actually met up with Alex Ross and Mark Waid and inspired a scene in Kingdom Come. So the scene at the very end of the book where Clark Kent is, helping the kids with farming at the end, that was all inspired by Len, who helped Mark and Alex. And I think he also helped connect the two of them too. So you can also indirectly and discreetly thank Len Strzelecki for the fact that Kingdom Come exists. But anyway, we were in Omega and we're talking, and I was busy writing the second issue, and he told me, it would be really cool, because I told him about Baron Sohn. He loved Baron Sohn. He thought that the villain of our series was the coolest. But he said it would be really cool if you had a scene where the main villain is doing target practice with people who look like Easton Chin, who are dressed up like Easton Chin. And I liked the idea so much that I went with it. So I remember showing this to him, and he was so thrilled that we were able to pull this off and that we did it. So and for Len, a simple a simple acknowledgement was enough for him. He wasn't the type of guy that was like, you must give me credit and pay me for everything. And he just wasn't like that. He was a really wonderful man. So just keep him in your thoughts, and remember that comics are for everyone, and we should be reading comics. So buy fucking comics and back my fucking camping. Fuck shit ass. Okay, let's keep going. All right, $25. You get a spin on the wheel tonight. $50. You get free shipping on your order. Let's get going. This is why I'll never be on public access or even like on mainstream TV, because I swear too much. And this is actually the plight of all independent creators. Like, we just all have potty mouths. Tomorrow night we have a really awesome creator hangout that I'll be hosting at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Central Time. So it's 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we got a bunch of creators, and I messaged them all today just to give them all the information so that they know what's going on tomorrow. And one of them was like, are we allowed to swear? Because, that's going to be a big deal if I can't swear. And I was like, oh, you can fucking swear. You can fucking swear all you fucking want. You want to fucking swear? Fucking swear. Fuck! So there we go. He can fucking swear. Shit. My ass. Okay. Yes, I won't forget who I'm spending next weekend with. Katrina. And Raph, what's up, dude? Yeah, Katrina can't wait. Well, look at this. God, I can't wait till next weekend. Yeah, next weekend's going to be fucked up. It's going to be super fucked up. And we got a great room in here. Leonard, Eddie, Zach, everybody who's Chris, Katrina. Thank you guys all for being here. This is fantastic. Okay, first book of the night. Shut the fuck up. We got Jungle Action featuring Black Panther number 18. And this is a VF. It's in really, really good shape. I'm going to put a price tag of $25 on this. I actually kind of want to put a run of this together. This is all Don McGregor. And Don really took the reins with Black Panther, a character no one really wanted to touch back then. And he built the world of Wakanda. And this is all part of his run here. And in this particular issue, Black Panther's fighting Madam Slay. But anytime you could get your hands on Rich Buckler and Don McGregor, Black Panther, you are definitely getting yourself a deal. This is some really awesome stuff. This is some of the best Black Panther stories ever told. So consider it. We got some really hot books tonight, too. Marvel Age Special. We got the 100th issue here. This is going to go for $3. $3 on Marvel Age number 100. And then I got Action Comics number 684. This is one of the middle chapters of The Death of Superman, where he is finally facing off with Doomsday and getting close to that final battle. This is going to go for $3 as well. Most of those books are about $5 to $10, so that's a steal right there. I have Batman and Other DC Classics number 1. This is a preview of a few different stories, and it's also got the 1948 origin of Batman. That's going to go for $3 as well. That's a cool book. We have Richard Corbin's Den, number 4. From Richard Corbin was a really talented artist. He did a lot of really cool independent stuff, but he also did some really interesting stuff at Marvel. He did a 5-issue run called Cage, which was about Luke Cage, who was part of Marvel's Max line, and then he did a Bruce Banner run too. He's a really talented artist and storyteller. So Den is going to go for $15. I had it marked at $20. Den number 4. And then I have Captain America. Captain America number 190. That's going to go for $3 for Captain America 190. No animals were. We didn't call them good sales. Well, luckily the Kickstarter will be done at that point. So, like, instead of like throwing, like, I'm not going to be like Bullseye at this thing and like throw staplers at people and like really hurt them, you know, with my perfect aim, with my perfect missing aim. Actually, I'm really excited. In all honesty, it's been a really busy time too. I finally, over the weekend, I had to deal with a very technical issue over the weekend. So I have new banners that I'm going to be rolling out at the show. So there's going to be 3 banners now, one for Easton Chin, one for Warline, and one for Marks. So every time you go to a show, all of our books are going to be promoted. And I have my new logo on it. We got new tablecloths, we got new bookmarks, new business cards, and everything. It all looks splendid. It all came in fantastic. But the banners were a really difficult and important part of this. So we were finishing off the banners this weekend. And initially, when I had these printed up, we looked at their specs online, and they said that they had given us instructions to leave enough of a bleed, which required Joel my designer, to cover up a lot of the artwork, which was unfortunate. But then when they sent us proofs, the proofs looked exactly like the extended files. And when you extend the bleeds out, everything kind of looks imbalanced. And so I needed to get an answer from them. I needed to find out, is everything going to look like the proof, or is it going to be cut? Like, where's the indication of how it's going to look? And they basically told me what you see in the proof is what's going to be there. So I asked them, are you guys printing edge to edge, or are you guys going to actually cut this? Like, what are you doing? And they said, well, I couldn't even get a straight answer from them, which was really frustrating. This is why it took so long. So I had determined that this was going to be, they said, what you see in the proofs is what you're getting. So I determined that this is going to be edge-to-edge printing. So I had Joel go in and extend the artwork out, and now these banners look phenomenal. I mean, I am just so happy with what he has done with them. And they're just going to look beautiful, and you guys will get to see them rolled out. Katrina, you're going to get to see it in real time, so it's going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. But we finally got that done, and so those are going to be here next week, and so I'm excited about that. So lots going on. Amazing Spider-Man 380 is going to go for $3. We got Lorena in the house too. Den is regular comic size, Zach. And by the way, guys, I don't know if you had a chance to tune in on the Weird Opes with Eddie and Zach over the weekend, but I had such a blast on Saturday chatting with them. It actually ended up being the highlight of my day because I got dumped later in the evening. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but I was kind of dating someone for the last 5 months. And Saturday night, we were supposed to go out on a date. And at 7 p.m., I didn't hear an answer from her. So I called her up, and she didn't pick up the phone. And she said, I'll call you back in a few minutes. And then I got a text saying, hey, you're a really nice guy and all this stuff. And I'm like, but what? I wanted to call her up and start crying, but I didn't. And the reason why I didn't is because I was really happy that I had such a splendid time with Eddie and Zach that I was just like, I didn't even care anymore. I'm like, good riddance. And that was honestly one of the easiest things for me to get over because I have had experiences now. I was unhappily married for 12 years. So when someone, I'm dating chooses to exit themselves from my life and they do it in as cordial a way as this lady did, which none of it was personal. But when that happens, it's really telling you that you were better off in the first place. So I was a little disappointed that she waited so long to tell me because I think she knew that she was going to dump me in the morning, but she waited until the evening to tell me, and I was a little disappointed about that because I could have made other plans, But alas, that's what happens sometimes, life is like that. We get rejected and, we move on. Stupid bitch. I'm just kidding. I'm really over it, I swear. I'm not hung up on anything. If I bring her up 500 more times tonight, guys, just let me know I'm going a little far, right? Just gotta keep me in line here, okay? Yeah, well, Katrina, I have come a long way since I've done Grand Rapids Comic Con with you last time. I think I was in a very moody state of mind because I was really focused on moving a lot of volume. Right now, I'm really focusing more on having a more positive exchange with the people that I interact with at these conventions. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun over there, and the stakes are not as high as Grand Rapids and stuff like that. I'm about to tour and do a whole bunch of shows, so I think we're going to have a good time. And by the way, I have to let you know, I got a call from Barb this morning. Barb is going to be joining us at the show as well. She's going to take space from my end of the table. But she is in desperate need of work right now, and she has books, and she needs to make some money, and she's having a hard time finding work. So I told her, why don't we drive to Indiana together, and you can earn a little bit of money. So we're going to be joined by a third musketeer. So it'll be you, me, and Barb. But Barb will be on my side of the table. She will not be interfering with your side of the table. So we're as long as you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. We'll be in good shape. I figured you'd be okay with it because it's giving another creator a chance to get their work out there. And honestly, Barb is my Padawan learner. She has been absolutely crushing it at cons and everything. So I'm really proud of her. She did so well at C2E2. So I'm hoping she applies herself this weekend. Actually, I don't even have to hope. I know she's going to apply herself this weekend, especially if I'm there to, drive her a bit. And she's going to do great out there. So there we go. Barb was with me at C2E2. I thought you might have seen her before. She did this book here called Salmon Kicha. But this is Barb's book here, Katrina. I don't know if you've seen it before. But she does a cat book, so you guys can work off of each other too. Like she can close someone and then send them over to you. So it'll be a good situation. Oh, okay. Well, Barb was local, and what happened was she was taking space from my end of the table, and she didn't have like a big setup. She just has this book, so she just brought like a small stack of them with her, and it was sort of like a last minute thing. I've known Barb for a long time, and I've just been helping her out. So I'm just trying to give her a chance to get out there and earn some money. When someone doesn't have anything going on and they want to work, I want to try and help them out where I can. So, and believe me, Indiana is going to be a great show, and I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's actually going to be a better show than C2E2, honestly. All right. Well, anyway, we got Rom, the double-sized annual, number 4. We got Rom fighting the Gladiator here, and we got Bob Layton on the cover. And I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but the other day I shared a photo of Iron Man, drawn as in Yi Su-chin's armor that Bob Layton had drawn, which is really cool. So this is Rom, the double-sized annual number 4. It's going to go for $3, $3 on this. And then I got Lone Wolf and Cub number 14. That's going to go for $3 as well for Lone Wolf and Cub number 14. Yes, they don't. D, what's up? It's going wrong. Okay. Then we have Lone Wolf here. And then next up we have Daredevil 191. So I have decided on my birthdays this year that I am going to complete my Daredevil run, my Frank Miller Daredevil run. Did you guys know that this is the final issue of Daredevil that Frank Miller wrote in his first run? So after this, he comes back for Born Again, which takes place about 30 issues later, almost 40 issues later. So in this issue, this is the roulette issue where Daredevil and Bullseye are playing Russian roulette. It's a very, very good issue of Daredevil. Great standalone story. If there was ever an issue of Daredevil that I think you should read, or ever a moment that I thought was very important, it would be this one. And this book is going to go for just $5 today. And it's a newsstand copy, which is a great deal on this book. So I highly recommend grabbing it. I have Fantastic Four number 194. That's going to go for $3 for Fantastic Four 194. I have G.I. Joe number 80. That's going to go for $3 as well for G.I. Joe number 80. I have some other G.I. Joes too from the Marvel run. I have Batman Spawn War Devil. Batman Spawn War Devil. This is written by Doug Mensch and Chuck Dixon. Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane worked on the other one, the Spawn Batman. And a lot of people thought that that was very strangely written because, Frank Miller wrote Batman the same way he wrote him in The Dark Knight Returns. That was just like his new state of writing Batman. So everybody was a punk, including Spawn. But Doug Mensch and Chuck Dixon, they wrote him a lot better. And this is the other story, which I think was probably handled a little bit better. Honestly, I never read War Devil. I probably should, though. I think I would really appreciate it. Batman Spawn War Devil. This is going to go for $15 today. And then I have the Star Trek 5, the Final Frontier movie special. That's going to go for $3. So $3 on the Star Trek, the Final Frontier movie special. $3 on that. Lots of $3 books here. Lots of $3 books. And then I got one more book. For the bottom row. do Radiant Black #1. Radiant Black #1. Radiant Black is a series by Kyle Higgins, and it is the first issue and first appearance of the character. It's kind of like Power Rangers and superheroes, and it takes place in Chicago. Kyle Higgins wrote a lot of Power Rangers, and he does a lot of different stuff. He also does Batman Immortal Legend with Dan Mora. Very talented writer. We're going to do Radiant Black #1 for 25 today. 25 on this. Big ask, but it's worth it. All right. Up top, I pulled out some indie graphic novels for you guys. The first book we have here is A Fistful of Pain, which is a really gorgeous hardcover bound book that is put together by Comics Tribe. It has a die-cut cover on it, and it comes with this really cool bookmark. And it's basically about two sisters fighting over their pet dragon. And it did really well on Kickstarter. That's actually how I got access to this book. And I really enjoyed it. I thought the artwork was really great, and I love the presentation, the die-cut cover. This is just a gorgeous presentation. I am going to do this today for $45. And this is not the type of book you can just get anywhere. So I highly recommend checking this out. It's also got a foil effect on it too. You can see it here. 45 on A Fistful of Pain. That is a big one right there. And then we got Foot Fist Frankenstein. This is awesome. This is put together by a local talent named Tom Kelly, and it's a martial arts book. Foot Fist Frankenstein is basically Frankenstein meets John Wick, and set in a kung fu setting. And he is basically battling a whole bunch of samurai and kicking their butts. Now, the cool thing about this book is it's also signed by the creator, the writer, and artist himself, Tom Kelly. These hardcover bound books are going to go for $20, and I only have 2 copies left. This is a book that has been a bestseller on Kickin, and these are my last 2 copies. They're going to go for $20. You get a signed book for $20. I think that's a really cool deal there. And this was Tom's first graphic novel that he produced and published himself. He worked really, really hard on it. He's been in comics for a long time. Tom's also been kind of like a spirit guide for me. His knowledge base of the industry and his connections to everybody is really amazing, and he's always opened doors for me and just been a really great source of info. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Tom and what he was able to accomplish with this book. He crowdfunded it during COVID and just crushed it, and I'm so proud of him for being able to get this book out there. And he's a wonderful creator. I love Tom. He's just one of the best. And then we have Nightwolf here. And Nightwolf is published by Rob Multeri. And Katrina actually works for him. She edited one of his books called Snowpaw, which is actually a prequel to Nightwolf. Nightwolf is basically like Teen Wolf meets Game of Thrones, I want to say. And it's a really cool series. I absolutely love it. And this is my last copy of the first book. And we're going to do this one today for $30. And that's the last copy. And once I have this, I will have no more Nightwolf. I will be Nightwolf-less. So highly recommend that. And it's currently on Kickstarter too. You can also drop the link down if you want to for us, Katrina, since you're involved in that Kickstarter. Okay. Hang on just a second, guys. We're gonna start digging out stuff in a minute. And yes, Katrina is the editor of Snowpaw. So you could drop the link if you want for us. And while Katrina is doing that, I'm going to start busting out the books that I have prepared for today's show. The collection we have here is a combination of stuff from North Shore Comics and Dreamland Comics. Tomorrow, based on how today goes, tomorrow I'll be making a visit to Graham Cracker's Comics out in Downers Grove. Pretty big week for comics, considering that it is Free Comic Book Day. So I don't have any plans for any signings on Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is going to be a stock up day for me. So I'm going to visit a few shops and stock up on that day. I'm not doing any signings or anything. It's my birthday. So Saturday is my birthday. Free Comic Book Day is my birthday. You're welcome, by the way. My birthday gift to you guys is Free Comic Book Day. So I decided to use that day to stock up and find deals and do some shopping and surround myself around the stuff that I love most, which is comics. So let's get going. We got a nice stack of books here. We're going to build out these racks here. $2 books on the rack. If you see something you like, call it in the comments. I got you covered. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lorena. All right. So first set I have here is Heroes Reborn, Iron Man by Kurt Busiek. We got issues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so I got all 6, or the first 6 issues of Kurt Busiek's Heroes Returns, Heroes Reborn run on Iron Man. It's a perfect jump on point for you as a reader. $12. $12 for all these Iron Mans. It's a collector's item. I have Justice League from the New 52 Justice League, number 1 by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. Number 2 and number 3. Justice League 1, 2, and 3 from the New 52. This is going to go for $6. $6 for New 52 JLA. I'm actually trying to collect and read this entire run. I have Hulk number 25, John Romita Jr., a big legendary battle between the Hulk and the Abomination, written by Paul Jenkins and illustrated by the legendary John Romita Jr. $2 on this. Yes, dude. How did you know David Moore? He knew it. That's what's up. We got David Moore in the house. We're gonna have to play the video, especially after the comment he just made. So we're doing this. The David Moore video will be played. It must be played. David Moore. Awesome. Amazing. David Moore, how you doing, my brother? It's good to see you. All right. Next up, I got Rampaging Hulk, number 1 and number 2. That is going to go for $4. I have Green Lantern number 33. That's going to go for $2. I have Star Trek The Next Generation meets X-Men. It's a special 64-page book going for just $2. I have Green Arrow number 7 and number 8. This is the run by Kevin Smith. And the laundry is ready. In case you guys couldn't hear it. All right. Next up, I got Tales of the Teen Titans number 77. Sorry, number 75 and 77. 75, 77. Get them both. It's $4 for the Tales of the Teen Titans. This is all stuff by Marv Wolfman and Chuck Patton. Actually, George Perez and Marv Wolfman, they worked really closely together on this series. $4 for the pair. I have Pork Night, this little piggy, book 1. You guys see how it's a spoof off of the Dark Knight Returns. This is going to go for $2. Star Trek X-Men, off to David Moore. David Moore, how you doing, dude? It's so good to see you. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I have a new show out now called Onrie's Comic Mukbang Review. I have an intro for it. It's really short. This is what you're going to see every time you watch the show. So here's a quick commercial for it.
My name is Onrie Compen. You've seen me sell comics. I want to buy this comic. Too bad, because that comic sucks. You're watching Onrie's Comic Mukbang Reviews. Prepare to get banged.
So yeah, I have a new show now called Onrie's Mukbang Comic Reviews, Comic Mukbang, Comic Bang Your Mom Reviews. And every week now, I go to comic shops and I buy new comics. And I figured if I'm buying new comics and I'm reading new comics, I might as well be reviewing these new comics. So every Friday now, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to review these books. This gives everybody a chance to catch up on this on those books, and so that way I can kind of give like spoilery type reviews on the books and let you know my real thoughts. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit because I don't have to sell anything on that show. But at the same time, I'm also not looking to be one of those guys who just hates on things for the sake of it. I'm going to give you my real opinions on what I think of things. And I am of the mind that it's always better to find something positive to say about a comic because these things are not easy to make and they're very hard to get out there. So especially when you're working for big companies like Marvel and DC. So we're really kind of like taking the show as an opportunity to really look at what works and what doesn't, and try and find some middle ground there to help you curate your collection. So there you go. What's up, Roberto? Muck, yeah. So Friday afternoons, you guys can come and tune in. And the best thing about Onrie's Mukbang Reviews is it's not a show that you need to watch live. You can watch it when we're off the air too and just enjoy it. It's not a sales show. It's just me coming on and chatting about stuff. We're doing the Creator Hangout tomorrow. The Creator Hangout is really kind of like the template right now for what will be eventually an interview show because I would like to start interviewing creators again when I can. I really like being at home and stationary because then I can really build on everything I'm doing on my channels. And the nice thing about conventions is that this year they're all kind of clumped together. So in May, you guys will see me on the air a little bit less. However, I can still do the mukbang reviews while I'm on the road. I can still do certain things while I'm out and about. We'll try and figure it out so that we have things happening while I'm out there. To the Wench. Yeah, the Wench is tomorrow. So we're doing a Wednesday evening night. Wait, what is it? Wednesday Creator Hangout. Wednesday night Creator Hangout. Wednesday. What did I call it? Ass. Shit. Forgot what I called it. I don't even remember what I called it anymore. But Roberto came up with a great acronym for it, and it's WENCH. So tomorrow we got a WENCH happening, same time as today's show. So I'm gonna be on the air a lot right now until we fund this fucking Kickstarter. So we got less than $2,000 to go. Do you know how much money we have to raise, guys? $1,776. $1,776. You know the significance of 1776? Can anybody tell me the significance of 1776? That is America's birthday. That means contributing to the Yeast Machine campaign is the most American thing you can do right now. It's more important than voting. $1,776. That's it. That's all we got to raise. America. Okay, all right. Chase 1 million is going to go for $2. You don't want to get arrested by Chase. She'll whoop your ass. She'll whip your ass. What did Eddie say about Uncle Jack? Tuesday night with Uncle Jack. I spend every night with Uncle Jack, especially Saturday when I got dumped by that girl. Okay, that's one. I have 499 more times I can mention her before you guys tell me it's too much. But anyway, I got dumped, and the first thing I did was I went online and I spent some time with Uncle Jack. Stupid bitch. All right, that's it. That's what happened. Berto, in case you don't know, I guess this is now the third time I'm mentioning it. I got dumped on Saturday by the lady I was seeing. So Roberto knew her name, and he came up with a really great nickname for her, which I don't want to say on the air because it's just not nice. And honestly, she ended things. It was no hard feelings about getting dumped. I really was, just more disappointed in how I got dumped, like when it happened and during the day, than anything, because it was just like I found out before we were supposed to go out and hang out. So like that was the most disappointing part of it. But yeah. Solo salsa dancing. Nope, I spent time with Uncle Jack. I'm not doing shit solo. I'm hanging out with Uncle Jack. All right. I have Parallax Emerald Knight #1. This is part of Final Night. This can go for $2. I have JLA Hitman on the Dark Side #1. This is by Garth Ennis and John McCree. And #2. You get them both, it's $4. $4 days. I was actually thinking that I should start saying every title wrong. No, honestly, there's nothing to be sorry about. The girl I was in, she's actually really sweet. She has 2 young kids, and I think she realized after a certain point that she couldn't make time to date because she had been through a lot, and she just wasn't really available emotionally. But it was not a nasty breakup. Nothing. There was actually literally no drama in this relationship, which was great. But there was really nothing much of anything in it, and so it was a very light-paced thing. And so I kind of knew that at any point things could go sideways, and I never really considered us as really exclusive. But we were talking about it, and I think she really gave it a shot. And I think she just kind of realized Saturday night that as much as she wanted to hang out, she just couldn't continue trying to make it work when it didn't work for her. So I think it took a lot of stress off of her to just end things with us. And honestly, it took a lot of stress off of me too, because when you're putting a lot of energy into a relationship in the hopes that it'll go into a different place, and it's kind of staying in this shallow area and it's there for like a very long time, it gets really exhausting. So, it just was what it is. I mean, she's a mom, and, she's trying to be there for her kids and all that. So there was no hard feelings. It was fine. Stupid bitch. All right. Adventures of Superman #507. This is going to go for $2. She's not a stupid bitch, though. I blocked her on Facebook, so it's all good. And I think we're like 10 now, right? Katrina's keeping track of how many times I've mentioned her tonight. So we're still at 490. 490. If we could raise $490 for the Easton Chin Kickstarter right now, I promise I will not mention again. I'll tell you what, if we got somebody to put in, if we can hit $3,500 on the Easton Chin Kickstarter by the end of tonight's show, I will tell you guys her name and the nickname that Roberto gave her, which is fucking awesome. Roberto gave her the best name. JLA Hitman and Superman. All right. Off to David Moore. David Moore! It is. Yeah, but Chuck, you're in a different country. I don't do international dating. David Moore. And I'm also not about like airing dirty laundry and stuff like that. And because we're kind of separated and she's not ever going to come back into my life, I figure I can make jokes. It's okay. But once I tell you guys her name and the nickname that Roberto came up with, man, it was funny. It'll make you guys all laugh, I promise. Okay, that's all right. Katrina has set the record straight. All right, I have Secrets of the Legion of Superheroes, number 3. This is going to go for $2. Chuck puts out on the first date, $2. Wow, I'm feeling oddly uncomfortable right now. I don't know what I feel more uncomfortable about. The fact that Chuck is trying to convince me to date him because he puts out on the first date, or the fact that I'm fighting with Katrina, or Katrina is fighting with me over getting to date Chuck first. You know, I went from getting dumped on Saturday to this. You know, like, I've really come far in life. It's like most people have to wait like 3 years before they end up in a situation like this. I've got so much baby mama daddy drama. It's fucked up. I've got a fucked up life, guys. I'm telling you. All right, I got Jason Aaron and Ron Garney's Men of Wrath from Marvel's Icon line. This is going to go for $2. I'll edit the fuck out of you. Do edit the fuck out of me. Holy shit, now Eddie's jumping in. This is becoming an orgy of pain. This is a black day for comics, guys. Spectacular. Yeah, I just want to spend some time with Uncle Jack. I'm in recuperation mode right now. I just need some time with Uncle Jack. Spectacular Spider-Man 177 is going to go for $2. I can hang it out on the line. And like I said, I had the best Saturday ever because I got to hang out with the weirdos, Eddie and Zach, and talk about my campaign. Honestly, hanging out with you guys was the best part of my weekend. I had so much fun on your show, and I was so honored to be a guest on there. And after I hung out with those guys, I went and met up with another friend of mine, Daliber, who's a big independent comics supporter and correspondent. He interviews people. He's actually hung out on the show last week, and he bought a bunch of books from me. So we met up, and we went to this Balkan restaurant that's located about 15 minutes from where I live. And we had a wonderful lunch together, and we were talking comics for a couple hours. It was great. And then after that, I went to a comic shop, and I bought some more of Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern run because I'm trying to fill in that gap there. So, you know, getting dumped after that, not a big deal. You know, I got so much cool stuff. When I look back on that day 5 years from now, I'm going to remember hanging out with Eddie. I'm going to remember, and Zach, and I'm going to remember that lunch I had. I'm not going to remember getting dumped. Actually, I will remember getting dumped. Where are we at now, guys? 485, I've mentioned her. I mean, I'm still good. It hasn't been 500 times since I mentioned her yet, so I am over it, okay? Just because I mentioned her 15 times in the last 45 minutes, that's not bad. I think that's really good. I think by the end of the show, we'll probably be around like 200. What do you guys think? You know, call it out right now. I really want you guys to hear her nickname that Roberto himself came up with. Roberto came up with the best nickname for her. Actually, here was the thing. That was kind of like the silent fart death note of that whole relationship because I was in Portland. And, you know, Roberto was like hanging out at my booth and he was like, so what's her name? And I told him, and he came up with the nickname right there. And I'm like, this relationship's not going anywhere because I'm always going to be thinking about that nickname now. And it really was a good nickname. Where are we at now? Like 483 now, right? Okay, let's keep going. I have Hercules Unbound number 5. This is going to go for $2. You guys see I have attachment issues on Kickin It. I have Batman Off-World number 5. That's going to go for $2. $2 for Batman Off-World number 5. Iron Man 227. This is part of Armor Wars. And it's going to go for $2. Astronaut Down number 1 from Aftershock comics. That's going to go for $2. I have a run of Wolverine books, Wolverine 55, 57, 73. This is going to go for $6. Dollar dues. Batman Offworld is actually written by Jason Aaron. I have Magneto Ascendant, which is a collection of classic stories featuring the Master of Magnetism, going for $2. It's a pretty thick book. Looks like it's probably 64 pages. What's up, Sean? We got Sean Morrissey in the house, all the way from South Korea. What's going on, Sean? Yeah, dude, I really, Sean knows Bob Layton, by the way, and he told me he could introduce me to him. So if I ever get invited back out to Korea, which would be wonderful, I would love to meet Bob. I've seen Bob at conventions before, but I never actually had a chance to meet him. And Sean's actually a comics creator, too. He made a fun Korean horror comic a number of years ago. I have What If Professor X Had Become the Juggernaut. This is What If number 13, and it's going to go for $2. Lucky number 13. And then I have the X-Men Giant Size Annual number 9. That's going to go for $2. And Chuck, since I have you here, did you receive that box from me yet? Because I'm starting to get a little scared here. You know, we got Free Comic Book Day coming up this weekend, and I know I shipped out those books to you. You were on the phone with me. I really hope you get them in time. Nighthawk number 1. It's going to go for $2. That's a little scary. We're going to have to check on that and see where it is. I have Conan the Barbarian 189. That's going to go for $2. $2 on Conan 189. That's a cool cover. Spirits of Vengeance number 10 is $2. Incredible Hulk 338 is $2. Okay, D is calling Nighthawk. Nighthawk. And Conan. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, I have Daredevil Father number 3 by Joe Quesada and Danny Mickey. This is going to go for $2 for Daredevil Father. I have Batman White Knight number 5. This is going to go for $2 for Batman White Knight number 5. Incredible Hulk 294, 305, 335, and the number 14 annual. If we combine all that with issue 338, let's put it all together. You got a $10 bundle set here of Hulk books. A nice little Hulk run there. Run filler. All right. Because you guys demanded it, I have a bunch of Ghost Machine books here. Ghost Machine has been awesome. It is Jeff Johns' line of books that have been published through Image. So I have Redcoat, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 6, and number 7 of Redcoat. And I am going to do all 5 of these for $10 for Redcoat. Yes, I do. Did you want the Daredevil, the Frank Miller Daredevil? That's going to go for $5. And you are supporting my cause of owning all those books as well. Let me know if you want to add that on, D. And then I got some Batman books here, recent Batman books. We have issue 109. This is from James Tynan's run. 155. This is from Chip Zdarsky's run. These two are going to go for $4. And then I have Hulk number 8. That's going to go for $2. We're going to go back to Ghost Machine. I have Geiger. I actually went to school with a guy named Kyle Geiger. So when this show came out, when this comic came out, I was thinking about that guy because his last name was spelled the same way. Kyle Geiger. He was like the nicest guy in high school. And actually, I got something I want to tell you too. When I bring back my interview show, I'm actually going to be interviewing a novelist. And he graduated from the same high school that I did. Same year and everything. I've known this kid since I was 6 years old, sixth grade. Since sixth grade, I've known this guy. And he wrote his autobiography. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. So he's going to be my first interview. And I'm really looking forward to it. And, he's releasing his book sometime in May. So I think June will be a good time to interview him and see if we can help him get some sales on his books. But we're going to really take a dive into the neighborhood where we grew up, because we've apparently had two very different experiences. So I'm looking forward to talking with him. He's a solid dude, and he's been promoting the hell out of his book too. So it's like I reached out to him, I'm like, I gotta interview you. But this other kid, Kyle Geiger, we went to school together. All the girls like Kyle Geiger, by the way. They like Kyle Geiger a lot more than you guys like these Geiger comics here. No one is claiming Geiger at all. Nobody wants Geiger. But if Kyle Geiger was here selling you guys Geiger, you would buy it, because he's just such a nice guy. Like he was a total like prep too. Like he was like AC Slater, but like just really nice. Like AC Slater kind of was like a jockey douche a little bit at times. He was more like Zach Morris. I want to say he's more like Zach Morris. He was totally like Zach Morris. He was an awesome guy. Every girl had a crush on him. It was nuts. And, sometimes what I used to do, if I had a crush on a girl, what I did was I would take pictures of Kyle. I would blow them up. And kind of what Deadpool did in the first movie, I, printed up a big picture of Kyle and then cut around it and then glued that picture onto my face. And I asked the girls out, and they would still say no to me. But, it was like they were really rejecting Kyle Geiger. They weren't rejecting me. He was kind of like my Captain America shield of rejection. Geiger, number 4, number 9, and number 10. Going for $6. And Lorena gets that Hulk stack. Nobody wants Geiger, though. Goiga. You want Goiga, eh? Goiga, Bill. Shit. Now we're going down Smurf territory. Shit's getting fucked up. I told you guys this is going to be a fucked up show today. It's all downhill from there. Started off all serious and shit, and then we just like went way off the deep end. Way off the deep end. Venom Separation Anxiety number 4, a cover. That's going to go for $2. You want a Harker stacker? Some cool books actually came out this week already. I already read 4 of them. So I have all of the stuff I didn't pick up this week to get next week, or this week. And that. All right, I got to get one more book for the bottom slot here. The bottom slot over here. D, I have some more Daredevil books if you are interested. And I will show them to you right now. Right now, Z's. They're all going to go for just $3 a pop. I have Daredevil 192, 193, 199, 218, 220, 310, and number 15. And if you decided you wanted to get this whole stack here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 7 books at $21. Tell you what, if you give me $18, I will take $3 off the stack price and a bunch more Daredevils. This isn't Frank Miller Daredevil. Actually, 192 was done after Frank Miller, so that's actually picking up where he had left off. And let's see who worked on it. Does not say. It's got to say somewhere. Alan Brennert, and Claus Jensen was the artist on it. So let me know if you're interested in getting that Daredevil stack. That's 192, 193, 199, 218, 220, 310, and then number 15. I'll just put the stack up here in case you want it. It's right here for you, $18. You have first right of refusal on that. Doom 2099, 14 and 15. That's going to go for $4. I have Amazing Spider-Man 555 and 557. That's going to go for $4. All right, the DD stack gets claimed. Awesome. Oi! You want all those Daredevil books, I? All right, awesome. That is an incredible stack right there. Thank you, D. Appreciate you, my brother. X-Men number 30 is going to go for $2. X-Men number 30 is $2. This is where Cyclops and Jean Grey finally tie the knot. Barbaric, Born in Blood number 3. That's going to go for $2. This is a cool series. It's about this barbarian who gets stuck with a talking axe that gets drunk off of blood. It's going for $2. And it's actually written by a local comic creator named Michael Moracci, who does a lot of Star Wars stuff, Star Wars Adventures books. Spider-Woman number 1 is going to go for $2. He's also writing Dick Tracy for Mad Cave, by the way. Plunge number 2 is going to go for $2. I have Yondu number 1 going for $2. Yondu got his own comic. So you, Yondu, want this comic in your collection. Oh, mercy. Hari Mari. Sensational Spider-Man number 25 is going to go for $2. Trust me, it's sensational. Razor and She special number 1 is going to go for $2. Extreme Hero. This is actually numbered. It's a numbered copy. It's copy number 2945. You can get it for $2. Spider-Man and X-Factor number 1 is $2. And Fairest number 14 is $2. All right, Lorena, this next book is for you. I have to show Lorena this next book. Lorena, let me know when you're watching and you're paying attention. Lorena, I need Lorena's full attention right now. Now, the rest of you guys don't pay attention to this book, okay? But Lorena, I need you here. And Roberto, I need Roberto here too. Roberto. Okay, well, Lorena's here. I have Guy Gardner number 1 here. This is a real, investment book here. I was telling Roberto before that Superman movie came out that this Guy Gardner book was really going to shoot up in value after the Superman movie because they did such a great job of casting Guy Gardner, which they fucking did, by the way. Guy Gardner was fantastic in Superman. Everything about Guy Gardner was great. The only thing that didn't happen was the price of this comic stayed exactly where it was, and the chances of it ever going up in value are slim to none, which is why you can get this comic right now for just $2. It's Guy Gardner. I made a whole commercial about it, and Lorena laughed at it, and now she's probably sitting there laughing again instead of claiming the book. Oh, well. All right. Well, you guys see we got 8 slots open, so that means it's FOMO time. So let's show off those FOMO books. Those are the books that I show off with my little graphic and, say, hey, you guys want to watch the show because of this. So here we go. It's FOMO time!
Is that an acronym for me getting a chance to play the Flash again? Oh, that's what it means. It was a good Flash. No one wants to play Flash comics on Onrie Show because of me. And I can't buy comics either because I'm a big weenie.
Oh my God, like, shut up already.
Well, if you have 2 copies, you might as well have a third one. Shit. My ass. All right. Okay. All right, we got some FOMO books here. Awesome FOMO books, by the way. We're going to start off with The Terminator, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. This came out in December of last year for Christmas. The Terminator, Santa Claus is Coming to Town is a lot of fun. I absolutely love this. So all of the Terminator stories that have been coming out from Dynamite, and I think they've finished their series, but they've all been one-shot stories where humans are constantly being outsmarted by the machines, and the machines do awful things to the humans. But this is the one issue where the humans prevail at the end, and it's a really wonderful Christmas story set in the future where the machines are have taken over, and it's still a Christmas story, and it fits into the lore of Terminator, because even in the darkest hour, in man's darkest hour, people still don't lose their Christmas spirit, and I think that's really awesome. This is really one of the most standout moments of this entire Terminator series. It's going to go for $5 today. $5 for Terminator, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I love that cover, by the way. It's so like Frank Miller-ish and, or Jeff Darrow, whatever you want to call it. It's just such a badass cover. I love it. And then next up, we got a Daredevil #1 blind bag. What is in here? Well, who knows? It could be one of those rare variants by Joe Quesada, which sold for $1,500 on eBay. You don't know, and I don't know. It's sealed. See? It's a blind bag. And it's going to go for $15 right now for the Daredevil blind bag. We also got another blind bag here, the Ultimate Endgame #1 blind bag. These are bagged and boarded too and sealed. It is also going to go for $5. Venom Black, White, and Blood. This was a lot of fun. A bunch of short stories featuring Venom that are illustrated in the colors black, white, and red. This is going to go for $5. And then I got Conan the Barbarian #21 as a foil. This is going to go for $5. It doesn't have any ticks on it. My fucking Guy Gardner is in very fine to mint condition. There's absolutely no ticks on it. I'm moving my finger here. There is no ticks on this book. It is tickless. Even the tick isn't on this book. All right, this is going to go for $5. Lewis. I have Marvel Team Up #14. This is the reprint that came out back in March. Invincible and Spider-Man. I actually really like this issue. This was a lot of fun. And it ties into the Invincible world. This is going to go for $15. This is the A cover. I actually have the Todd McFarlane one in my collection. Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon by J. Michael Straczynski. Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon teaming up. This is going to go for $6 today. And then finally, the final FOMO book is a first printing of Absolute Batman #1. This is the foil variant here. And it is going to go for $100 today. $100 for Absolute Batman #1. First printing of the foil cover. Foil variant. You can look that book up online. Give you guys a second to study all that. And since we got blind bags here, I might as well just drop out this Battle Beast blind bag that I have. My final Battle Beast blind bag is going to go for $25. Give you guys a minute here to study the board and see if there's anything you like here. Because in a minute, I'm going to take all this stuff down and we're going to build another rack. We call this the I rack because it's my racks. So it's the I rack. I own it, I rack. Huh? And I just dropped the link again for the Easton Shin campaign. Please consider pledging. We have 90 amazing backers now. We got 2 new backers today, but we need a lot more. We're so close to funding. We're at $1,776 away from funding this thing. So in 1 minute here, I am going to take down everything and we're going to build a new rack. Okay, time to take down this rack and build another one. You guys will never see those books again. Never, ever! No one wanted pork night, this little piggy? Oh, you don't want this little piggy, eh? Oh, why? All right. I'm going to show off the books I got from North Shore again one more time, just so you guys have a chance to see them, because this is all that remains from them, and it would be really cool to sell through all of them. I do think that there's someone in the audience who would want these books. And if there's not, well then shut up! How did the woman terrify her gynecologist? She learned ventriloquism. Oh, that's great. Oh man, Eddie always comes up with the best singers. Incredible Hulk number 25 is $2. I have Tales of the Teen Titans number 75 and 77. That's going to go for $4. I have Rampaging Hulk number 1 and number 2. That's going to go for $4. And I have Iron Man number 1 through 6 from the Heroes Return line. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is going to go for $12. We're still on the gynecologist joke. How did you know what she said, Katrina Rhodes? Because she said Jesus. She said Jesus, Eddie. All right. Justice League number 1. This is from the New 52 run by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. Number 2 and number 3. This is going to go for $6. $6 on this. I have The Final Night per Alex Emerald Knight number 1 going for $2. Green Lantern number 33 by Jeff Johns. And then I have Chase number 1,000,000 going for $2. I have Green Arrow number 7 and number 8 from Kevin Smith's run. That's going to go for $4. So I just wanted to show those books off again in case anybody wants them. Man, the time is flying tonight. A Saturday night, a Saturday night. S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y, night. Bow, 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 bow. You guys know what song I'm singing? Oh, it's so great. Hey, so I didn't tell you guys about my new business venture. So my buddy Brian and I, we came up with a new idea. It's pretty fucking badass. So imagine one day someone you really dislike, maybe a former employer or your ex-wife, they receive a box from Omaha Steaks. You know Omaha Steaks? They send you those freeze-dried steaks right to your front door. You get like a nice ribeye or a filet mignon or, just a nice big cut of meat, You get their big box of dry frozen Omaha Steaks. They're like, wow, who sent this? And it says like from a secret admirer. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. So, one day they have like family over and they're like, I'm going to cook up those Omaha Steaks. So they throw them on the grill, and while they're cooking it, they're like, "This smells kind of weird. Maybe it went bad or something." And they start smelling, and it's like there's like little corn clusters inside of the steak, and they're like, "Nah, why is it all brown? Oh, don't worry about it. Actually, this one's pretty red." And so they just keep cooking it, and then everybody sits down to eat. And they realize after taking one morsely bite that what they bit into is not an Omaha steak. It's fecal matter. They have just eaten shit. And so we started a business called Shit in an Omaha Box. And the best part is we use Omaha steaks as like they're the front line. We've kind of like, worked out a deal where we can, borrow their boxes to freeze dry or send freeze dried feces to someone else. And the best part is like you're getting fecal matter from people who are not connected at all to you. So it's like when you need someone to provide you with a box of shit, it's like you get like some guy named, Hector, who's like been driving in a truck for 18 hours and is, made like multiple stops at, fast food restaurants like Wendy's and, KFC and stuff. And like, man, he's got to go and he's got to go bad. And like, why waste that? It's like nothing should ever go to waste. And then you send it to people you don't like. So it's like, it's kind of funny. It's cute. It's funny. What do you guys think? I think it's a great business. No steaks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wanted to send her a box of shit too. I called up my buddy Brian. I'm like, hey, I need a box of shit ASAP. Where the fuck is it? Where's my box of shit? I need to send it over to this girl who dumped me. I wouldn't send her a box of shit. No, I'd send her a lifetime supply of lemon lime Gatorade. Actually, it's apple juice, depending on how much water I drink. All right, Batman and Robin, number 18 is going to go for $2. I'm not going past 480, Katrina. I'm done talking about my ex. She wasn't even my ex. Punisher, number 13. No Omaha Steaks. $2 on the Punisher. You think of your ex when you're doing that? Oh man. Seeker 3000 Marvel Premiere number 41. That's going to go for $2. Thanos number 12 is $2. Ghost Rider number 5 of 6 from the Marvel Knights run. That's $2. Red Hulk number 2 is $2. Batman 138 and 139 is from Chip Zdarsky's run. That's going to go for $4. Captain America 339 and 340 is going to go for $4. Action Comics 588 is 2. I have Cosmic Odyssey, book 3. That's going to go for $2. Two hardened criminals. That's great. Two hardened criminals. Okay, so on the day I got dumped in the morning, my stupid friends sent me a text message. Okay. I didn't find this funny at all. But he said to me, "Hey, Onrie, do you eat Snickers bars upside down to feel the veins on your tongue?" And everybody laughed. It's so funny. And I thought that was like the stupidest thing I ever read. I was like so angry about it. I was like, I don't fucking eat Snickers like that. I don't even eat fucking Snickers. I'll never eat them again. And now I refuse to eat Snickers. Semper Fi number 2 is going to go for $2. Katrina's still responding to Eddie's comments. Eddie is on a roll tonight. Gru 71 is $2. Eddie's crushing it. All right, I got Superman 24. Let's see here. Superman 31. Superman 36. And Adventures 462. That's going to go for $6 on the Superman stack and $2 on 462. Superman number 23 is going to go for $2. Red Sonja, She-Devil with the Sword, number 2 and number 3 is going to go for $4. I have Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 4 going for $2. I have Jonah Hex number 40 going for $2. Bloodshot number 10 is $2. X-Men number 17 is $2. On a Saturday night. A Saturday night. A Saturday night. Electra Assassin number 2 is $2. Fantastic Four 274 is $2. Fantastic Four 299 is $2. Add that with the 274 and 299. Captain America Volstagg number 1 is $2. Berserker number 2 and number 10, that's $4. What's up, Philip? Eddie had a very difficult therapy session today and is on good meds. Well, that's good. I like that Eddie's in a good mood. That makes me very happy. A happy Eddie is a happy Eddie. A happy Eddie is good for America. A Saturday night. I gotta go. All right, Blade. We got Braid. Braid number 5, number 8, and number 9. This is a really good series here. It's going to go for $6. It's 10 issues total. Grab all these books for $6. Shang-Chi Master Kung Fu, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, and 42. We'll do all of these for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $12. 3 women were sitting on a beach minding their own business. All of a sudden, a man ran past them completely naked. The first woman had a stroke. The second woman also had a stroke. The third almost had a stroke, but she couldn't quite reach him in time. Ha! Ha! Oh, that's great. Yes, I do have some Superman. I have some new Superman. I have some old Superman. Here, I'll show you all the Supermans I got. Philip. I have Superman number 23. This is actually my favorite Superman series right now. It's by Josh Williamson and Dan Mora. The artwork in this series is fantastic. It's going to go for $2 for this issue. I have Action Comics 588. Got Superman and Hawkman here teaming up. This is going to go for $2. I have Superman number 24, 31, and 36. That's going to go for $6. And then I have Adventures of Superman 462 going for $2. If you want the entire stack, it will be $12 for all of these Superman books. And if you want some other Superman books, let me show you what other Superman books I have. I want to let you go. I have Superman number 18, The Death of Clark Kent, going for $3. I have Action Comics 1000, the A cover with Jim Lee's artwork on it. That's going to go for $5. I have Adventures of Superman 500 going for $3. And then I have a first printing of Absolute Superman number 1, and that's going to go for $25. So there you go. That's a first printing of Absolute Superman number 1. I have Wildstorm Trilogy of Terror number 1. That's going to go for $2. I have Transformers Galaxies number 12. That's going to go for $2. I have The Boys number 14, 16, and 17, and number 20. And all 4 of these books are going to go for $8. $8 on these. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. It sucks. It really does suck. Getting all those strokes in really sucks. I have the Max number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 5. That's going to go for $8. $8 on these Max books here. We've lost a lot of people in comics this year. Sam Keith, Jerry Conway, Len Strzelecki, man, we've lost a lot of great ones this year. It really sucks. Zeke Deadwood, Zombie Lawman. That's going to go for $2. Scalped, number 32, 33, and 34. This is the series that actually put Jason Aaron on the map. This is going to go for $6. Oh my gosh, that's great, Eddie. I love that. The only one. The rest are 8s and 9s. That's great. Oh man! All right, I have Justice Inc. Book 2 going for $2. BRPD The Black Flame number 1 and 2. That's going to go for $4 for these two. Let's see what else I got here. I have Dread Rules issue 2. That's going to go for $2. Ultimate X issue 2 is going to go for $2. I have Scorched number 7 and Scorched 28. That's going to go for $4. Philip Ragusa, you were asking me about Superman books. I have All-Star Superman 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they are all going to go for just $8. Let me know if you're interested in that too. In any of these Superman stuff, any Superman stuff, let me know. Saturday night. World Tree number 13 is $2. Here, this is a really popular series. Iron Man 290 is $2. Assassins number 1 from Amalgam. That's $2. Prophet number 1 is $2. Jessica Jones 13 is $2. Silver Surfer number 3 is $2. Kaboom number 3 is $2. Metal Men number 1 is $2. Saturday night. Saturday night. All right, I'm going to show off FOMO books again. It's FOMO time. One more time. Let's bust out these books. Actually, we'll fill up this rack first. Put the Kaboom. Metal Men here. Got Metal Men number 1. That's a foil cover for $2. Doom Patrol number 1 is $2. Thanos, Deadpool versus Thanos number 3 is $2. Batman Catwoman issue 6 and issue 7. That's going to go for $4. Oh, Eddie, I love you. That one's great. Oh. These zingers are making the night. This is the best. Infinity Entity number 3 is $2. I have Hope number 1, the free comic book day for Hope number 1. That's $2. Green Arrow number 40 and 41. That's going to go for $4. They do keep getting better. Eddie needs to make a comedy comic book full of his one-liners. And imagine if you saw all of his jokes illustrated as a comic book story. That would be amazing. All right, we got a full rack here. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take off all the bottom row stuff. We're going to go over that again. And we're going to show off our FOMO books. And we're going to close out tonight's show. I will be back on the air tomorrow, and we'll be doing another sales show on Thursday afternoon. So tomorrow I'm going to do some restocking during the day. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be hitting up comic shops for free comic book day. Get a whole bunch of stuff. What do you call cheap circumcision? Total ripoff. Oh, that's great. I love that. Total ripoff. Puff. Oh, that's great. Night Wolf Volume 1 is going to go for $30. Think Teen Wolf meets Game of Thrones. It's awesome. Footfist Frankenstein. I got 2 copies left, written by or signed by the creator, Tom Kelly. It's Frankenstein meets John Wick by way of Kung Fu movies. $20. And then I got a Fistful of Pain. 2 sisters fighting over their pet dragon. Hardcover bound book. Really beautiful die cut cover, going for $50. Sorry, $45. $45 in this one. It's a big ass, but it's worth it. Fistful of Pain. You won't regret that one. What does the Starship Enterprise and toilet paper have in common? They both pass Uranus. If we got Klingons. Oh man, I used to call them dingleberries, but now I like Klingons so much more. Klingons is it. Oh, that's so great. That Klingon, what the Klingon is. Oh, that was awesome. That Klingons. That's fantastic. That's hilarious. All right. FOMO books. We got Conan number 21, holofoil cover, going for $5. We got Absolute Batman number 1, the holofoil variant, going for $100. Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon number 1, $5 on this. Marvel Team Up number 14, Invincible and Spider-Man, that's going to go for $15. Venom, Black, White, and Blood number 1 is going to go for $5. I have Ultimate Endgame, the blind bag number 1, that's going to go for $15. The Daredevil number 1 blind bag, that's $15 as well. And the Terminator, Santa Claus is Coming to Town number 1, that's $5 on that. Got some good, solid FOMO books here. Doing a Saturday night. That song's stuck in my head. We haven't sold a single FOMO book tonight. It's a sad day for FOMO books when not a single FOMO book sells. Boo! 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 What's the difference between your job and your wife? After 5 years, your job still sucks. Oh, that's great. That one's awesome. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's hilarious. It's hilarious, and it's true. That's why it's funny. Okay. Bottom row books. We got Jungle Action, Black Panther number 18, going for $15. Marvel Age number 100 is $3. Action Comics 684 is $3. Batman and Other DC Classics number 1 is $3. Den number 4. Zach, you were asking me earlier if this is a regular comic size book. Yes, it is. That's going for $15. Captain America and the Falcon number 190 is going to go for $3. Basic Spider-Man 380 is $3. Lone Wolf and Cub number 14 is $3. The Battle Beast blind bag is going to go for $25. Fantastic Four 194 is $3. G.I. Joe number 80 is going to go for $3. Batman Spawn War Devil is going to go for $15. Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier number 1 is going to go for $3. And then Radiant Black number 1 is going to go for $25. Last one for tonight. What's better than roses on your piano? Tulips on your organ. Oh, this is great. We had some zingers tonight. Well, guys, Tiger's whistle's blowing. Means we must be going. No more Russell crowing for you. All right, so we got a spin on the wheel for Mr. D. Hausner. So let's get that wheel spinning, because there's plenty of before what I have to do.
It's time to spin the wheel of Skidball.
All right, so D. Hausner, I'm spinning for you, sir. And D gets a free Marvel book, and I am going to hook him up with, let's see here. D is getting Iron Man number 290. Holy crap. He's getting a really awesome book for free, because that's what happens when you shop with me on Kickin' It and you spend $25. Guys, I want to thank you all for coming here tonight. I appreciate it. Sorry I was running behind a little bit. I had to get the kids ready for school, or ready for bed and ready for school the next day. And I'm going to need to finish doing laundry right now and doing a whole bunch of other things to get them ready for tomorrow. I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Being here with you guys is always the light of my day. I'm always thinking about you guys as I go to comic shops and stock up and get all kinds of stuff. Eddie, you really delivered some zingers tonight. We had a really fun time hanging out, some laughs, and I got away with only mentioning my, former girl that I was dating, like less than 20 times. I think we were at like 482 or 481. Now we're at 480 because I mentioned her again. But either way, let's see where we're at on the Eastern Chin campaign. So it wasn't bad, but we didn't get any new backers, and that's something that really concerns me. So yeah, about 30 times. So if we could get one more backer right now, I will tell you her name, and I will tell you the nickname that Roberto came up with. I know I just came up with number 2. I wasn't really paying attention how many times I mentioned her. Did I really even mention her at all? I guess, what do you guys think? Am I over her? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is he over her? Yes or no? Because there's plenty of more left to do. Well, I guess I'll just tell you guys, because most of you have already backed anyway. So, I'll just tell you guys. So her name was Yubiana. And Roberto said, Yubiana, more like you be on these nuts. I know Eddie's here and he had to hear that. So you be on these nuts. What do you think? Yay or nay? Oi. What'd you think about that name, mateys? All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I delivered the name. I always deliver on the goods. I'm always going to do it either way. I will see you guys tomorrow night on the Creator Hangout, the Wench, as Roberto calls it. And then we'll be back on Thursday afternoon with more comics. Tomorrow I'm going to stock up and get a whole bunch of new stuff. So we'll clear out the old, make way for the new. If you guys are interested in claiming anything after hours, all you got to do is just message me and say, hey, Onrie, do you still have this book right here? And as long as I have it, I will set it aside for you. I will not raise the price on you. In fact, I might even finagle the price a little bit, maybe. Not going to say anything. So feel free to message me if you're finding any books that you're looking for. that I showcased today and you didn't have a chance to claim it, you came here later and you watch this, you can always go back and restream it. It's totally fine. As long as I still have the books, you can claim them. All right. Have a good night. See you guys later. Take care. Until tomorrow. Until we meet again.